Broncos 34, Packers 26. Big game. Unfortunately, the Packers, who have looked so good, suffered so many crucial injuries. I think they lost like 5 starters today. Most notably, Christian Watson and Micah Parsons with a torn ACL. Just not a good day for injuries. Mahomes, Micah, you never want to see it, especially from elite players. We'll talk about where I feel like the Packers sit now with all their injuries, but just to talk about the Broncos real quick. I kind of questioned Bo Nix as a franchise guy a few weeks ago. Not saying that he wouldn't be a franchise guy, but I just don't know. You know, I've never known about him. I've watched a decent amount of him play football, and last year there were points he looked phenomenal, and other points where you were like, things could probably be better. You started off the season pretty slow with Bo Nix. Didn't look too good, but now it feels like he's picking things up. He's understanding. He's getting a feel for the offense. He's hitting his full stride as the season ends and as the postseason starts. And today, Bo Nix just got the keys to the franchise. Best game of his career. 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 134 pass rating against an elite defense. It was a great day. Like, he played a pretty flawless game of football. Easily his best game of the year. Maybe the best game I've seen from a quarterback all season long. Methodical drives, passes on the money, lethal throwing down the sidelines, pinpoint accuracy in the red zone. He's playing his best football when it actually matters. It's not about how you start, it's all about how you finish in the league. And Bo Nix will win a Super Bowl if he continues to play like that with this defense playing at that high of a level. Extending plays. He looked like Josh Allen at points today. I thought he did everything and more. He threw a few nice passes to Courtland Sutton that I was in awe. Like, my jaw just hit the floor. I was like, wow. Like, he can do that. He can. He has the ability. He's shown it time and time again. Like, hey, I can do it. Maybe he's not super consistent, but there were a few passes that I can kind of bring back from the very back of my memory and be like, you know what? I saw Bo Nix do that. Last year, the one that stands out to me, Cleveland Browns, snow game. I want to say it was Thursday Night Football, across the middle. I think it was Mims. Just a dart of a throw. And when I saw that, I was like, Bo Nix could be the guy. Definitely. Brought him to the playoffs. And again this year, they clinched the playoffs today. Bo Nix clinched the playoffs for the Broncos. They've won 12 games this season. He won them 11 games, made the playoffs in back-to-back years. Like think about his career already. In his first 2 seasons, never had a year below 11 wins. Made the playoffs in both of his seasons. And they're leading the AFC right now. And his stats on the season, you know what? I might as well just search him up. Because today we know he had a great day. Statistically and just the eye test too, passing that. 3,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Not sure if that factors in the game today. Because that was pretty recent as I'm recording this episode right after the game. But he's had a good year. Especially this back half of the season, like he's looked good. He's had that fourth quarter ability to come up big and win games for his team. And now that he's putting together full performances, it gets scary. It does. And I'm willing to say, from what I've seen, like, for some reason, he's got a lot of haters. I don't think people understand what he can do, but he is Sean Payton's guy. Bo Nix is the guy for Payton. He's going to stick with him. I think both of them are going to last a long time here in Denver until Payton wants to hang it up, I think. And with the way the defense looks, like I said, Denver's ready to go win a Super Bowl. If the offense can play like that every week, if Courtland Sutton can have big games, if Mims, if Troy Franklin can be the true elite number 2, not elite in the sense of receivers as a whole, but if he can be an elite number 2 option, They're good. Evan Ingram, RJ Harvey, they have playmakers. They have a good offensive line. This team has been held back by offensive production all year. But the second the offense clicks, which it's started to click at this point, when things actually matter, who's going to stop them? Patrick Surtain, you see that interception today? Unfortunately, Watson injured on it. We'll talk about that right away. Dog, Hufanga earlier in the game, he blew up this screen pass. Unbelievable. Took 2 guys down. Celebration. I was very impressed with their performance today. A lot of people question the Broncos. They can't beat legit teams. They're a fraudulent team. They're not going to win games in the playoffs. Well, they've beat pretty much every team I care about, besides the Rams this year, and I don't think they've played. This team could very well be undefeated, with their 2 losses being, Colts early on with that leverage penalty, and then the Chargers earlier on in the season. They've been pretty much flawless ever since. And now that the offense is rolling, be careful what you do. I wouldn't want to see Denver. They're going to be a tough go. The Packers, on the other hand, season's over for the Packers. Too many injuries now. I mean, today in the first half, I was ready to say, Jordan Love, with the way he looked, it was like, geez, could he be in, this MVP conversation? Because it's not a heavy MVP year by any means. But then the second half, it was just like a collapse. And that's not all to do with Jordan Love. They opened up, got a touchdown, and it's tough. It's a tough league, man. You're playing a good Denver Broncos defense, and turnovers will happen. And you're going to have tough quarters, tough halves, tough games of football. It was a game where both teams looked good, in my opinion, and one team had to pull away, and that's just what it is. Sometimes it's as simple as that. You don't have to nitpick and say, oh, well, Jordan Love on this specific play lost them the game. Well, mistakes happen. You're going to play some good football, some bad football. Denver ended up being the team when it mattered most today. They came up big, and they could complete and finish drives. That's it. Firing Matt LaFleur would be idiotic. A lot of Packers fans are calling for his job, which is stupid. They get pissed at Matt LaFleur because he's too conservative with his play calling. Then he dials up a bomb to Christian Watson when they're up to hit the dagger. Jordan Love throws an interception to Patrick Surtain, who makes a phenomenal play, and now Matt LaFleur's the problem because he didn't run the ball with Josh Jacobs, who's having a great day. You can never win with fan bases that want their head coach fired. I promise you, today and for the majority of the year, it hasn't been a Matt LaFleur issue. They've had a successful season. The offense has looked really good at moments. Every play caller, every head coach will have their weaknesses, but the grass is not always greener on the other side. And getting rid of Matt LaFleur might not be as appealing as it seems when you end up with a head coach that doesn't know what he's doing next year. Matt LaFleur's had a successful winning record with the Packers. He's won playoff games with this team. He's won games when Jordan Love has been injured and been out, but people are blaming him. But fans want to call for his job, and it's stupid. It pisses me off. Because we're over here in Buffalo, and all I would like is a coach like that. A coach that comes in and calls plays. Joe Brady's been average, below average this year. So every coach will have their weaknesses. Every coach you can say. I find when franchises start underperforming, things go south, immediately it's well, coach. Fire the coach. No. I thought today it was fine. They score a touchdown coming out of the half. and the players couldn't execute. That's not on Matt LaFleur. That's on the players. But at the end of the day, it was a good Broncos team. It was a hard-fought game. And you lose Micah Parsons, and you lose Christian Watson, and you lose a handful of other key players, it's going to be hard to win. And when the playoffs roll around and you don't got some of those guys, it's going to be tough. We didn't realize how important Christian Watson was until he came back. Now I'm skeptical about the offense again.